some extension with expanding brackets. Just be aware that the distributive law, which is the law that says why we can expand, can be written entirely algebraically. A outside of B plus C is the same as A times B is AB, A times C plus AC. So this is the distributive law. If I wrote it with a negative in the brackets, A times B is AB. A times negative C is negative AC, so I get AB minus AC. So this is just two algebraic ways of representing the distributive law, which says that this multiplication is distributed across the terms inside the brackets, shared between the B and the C. It can be a really good idea to illustrate this with a rectangle where you're finding the area. So the type of question we often get is that I've got a rectangle that is x by x. Now its area is x squared, obviously. And I increase one side length by 2. I don't know, I get some more goats or something and I decide to increase the pen. And so what is the change in area here of this new rectangle? This whole side length is x plus 2, and since area is length times width, that will be x times x plus 2. And we have to multiply x by this whole expression here, x plus 2, so we use brackets. And so this area is x squared plus 2x. And that makes sense because here is x squared, our original shape, and by adding 2 meters onto one side, I've added a new rectangle that's 2 times x, which is 2x. A bit hard to read there. So the expression quite clearly gets visualized in that sort of question. A couple of harder questions. Sometimes you'll get word questions. For example, a number has 3 subtracted from it and the result is tripled, and they will ask you to write an expression for that. A number, we don't know it, so let's let that be a particular pronoun, and we can actually say let the number equal x. So we're defining that this number, we're going to say that's x. So x has 3 subtracted from it, and the result is tripled, so I'd have to times the result by 3. You'd put that in brackets. You might also get some trickier ones where they ask you to expand the brackets and then combine like terms. I'm going to make that a minus. I'm just going to make that a minus. Pretend it's a minus. So here you see we've got an expression that has 2 brackets that will have to be expanded. You expand them separately. 2 times 3b is 6b. Don't forget your little arrows. You don't have to do them, but they're useful. 2 times 5 is 10. Now, this is negative 3 times 2. That's minus 6. Negative 3 times 4b is minus 12b. So now you've got an expression and you start looking for like terms. 6b minus 12b, well that will be negative 6b, plus 10 minus 6, that will be plus 4. And just another little reminder, if you've ever just got a negative outside of a bracket, this of course means negative 1 out the front of the bracket. Negative 1 times x is negative x. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Just having a negative outside the brackets simply switches the signs of the terms in the brackets.